people at mass level, they don't care. But what we have seen in our survey, that even like village people care about reforms. The future government needs to kind of liberalize a lot of things with regard to business and a lot of regulatory affairs. AI is of course going to disrupt a lot of things.
Hello, this is Naushin Sharon reporting for Centrist Nation, and today I'm at the venue for Meet the Press regarding BIGD Pulse Survey 3 about citizens' voice, experience and expectations. And today joining us is Mr. Fahim Mashroor, who is the founder and CEO of BD Jobs, as well as he's serving as the coordinator for Voice of Reform, which is a civil society platform. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Thank you so much. How do you see political reforms impacting Bangladesh's business sector specifically?
You see, we just in last year, we had the big movement that actually overthrew the last government, which was there for last 15 years. And we know that a lot of the economic things were in kind of shambles. There were bank looting, there are widespread corruption. That actually impacted not the society, but also the economy and the business. Of course, we knew a lot of kind of big business corporate houses who got good benefit out of that, but mostly the people of the country, the citizens of the country actually had a lot of hardship in terms of inflation, rise of poverty and all those things. So when there was that revolution, of course, though we expect that situation will improve, but we also knew that it would take some time, number one. Second one is basically a lot of the reforms are painful. Say, for example, the banking sector reform. We knew that the largest kind of corrupted sector was basically the banking sector, and Bangladesh Bank and the government needed to make some kind of drastic reform to streamline those things and clean up the mess. And for that, it was very natural that there will be some kind of a policy that would slow down the economy. And we have seen last 12 months that the economy has actually slowed down, and it is not very surprising. But now I think a lot of the reforms have actually been taken shape, and also there are kind of confidence as the election date has been declared. There are some confidence. I now see that in next few months, a lot of the business investors, entrepreneurs, they are actually seeing it much more at a positive light. And I'm very hopeful that in next 3 to 6 months, we will see the economy rebounding back.
From this Pulse survey that the Voice for Reform conducted, what do you think that citizens are expecting in the upcoming election, specifically for the political parties?
You see, the citizens, normally what we think that the reform, lot of the things that we have been discussing at our kind of civil society thing, people at mass level, they don't care. But what we have seen in our survey, that even like village people care about reforms. And it is not only the kind of big constitutional reforms. They actually think about a lot of small reforms like police reform, like judicial reform, and all these things. Those are also very important for them. So I think everyone wants reform. So we have seen that majority of people actually want some kind of reform even before the election. It is not that they want to delay the election, but because they also think that a lot of the reforms can be done even in next 6 months or 8 months. So I think there has been a consensus that reforms must go on, and it is not that reform has to wait till the next election is there. So they want election. At the same time, they also want reform, that the reform that actually impacts their day-to-day life. That is more important.
From the survey, did you find out whether the people is still experiencing the same problems in the civil service that they used to experience back in the Awami League regime?
Yes, I think one of the major survey finding was that people are very unhappy about the legal system and also the enforcement by police. So they have very little trust on the policing system. So, and that, of course, we also knew that in last 15 years, one of the main pain point of lot of the people, the citizens, common people, were they were not treated properly by the police administration, and lot of kind of oppression took place. So I think that kind of concern is still there. So it is still, people don't think that enough reform or enough steps have been taken to streamline the police system of Bangladesh. So I think that ranks at the top, that in the preference for reforms or in the ranking of reforms, the police reform and the judicial reform.
In terms of election, there are several political parties. Specifically, NCP is a youth party. There is BNP. There is also some Islamic parties. Given the context that Bangladeshi people are expecting, like there is a majority of people who wants Islamic rule in the country. So from the survey, is there any findings that still there is a majority of people who is expecting that there will be an Islamic rule?
I don't think that any survey actually projected that most of the people or majority of the people want a Islamic rule. I think there are two political parties who are in the mainstream. One is, of course, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, and second, what we have found also in the survey, that Jamaat Islam. Jamaat, I think a lot of the people probably take or have actually said that they will vote Jamaat, not because it is specifically the Islamic Party, because they actually want some kind of alternative from the two previous major parties, which is BNP and Awami League. So I would not interpret that popularity of Jamaat that has been also shown in the survey, that actually says that majority of the people actually want an Islamic rule in the country, but they think that it is better that people have option. Still, our survey says that BNP is still the leading party, but we have seen that a lot of people have actually said that they want to vote an alternative. And also the NCP, the young party, we have seen that in last 6 to 8 months, their support base has also grown. But since they started at very low level, still they are at number 4. So I think the result actually shows that BNP is still at the top. Second is Jamaat. Third is, if Awami League is actually allowed, they will be at the third. And fourth is basically NCP.
If we come to the question about local and foreign investment in Bangladesh, specifically in businesses, startups, what changes in governance would make Bangladesh more attractive to get those local and foreign investment?
Okay. I think that we have been actually telling it for quite some time that the biggest challenge of any business, whether it is local investor or foreign investor, is the bureaucratic red tape and too much kind of control by government. So I think the future government needs to kind of liberalize a lot of things with regard to business and a lot of regulatory affairs. We want a pro-business government, whoever comes to power after the February election, and so that they can actually talk to the business people, know the real hurdles that they face day to day, and actually remove some of the obstacles sometimes created by the bureaucrats and all the administrative machinery. So I think that is probably the biggest thing or biggest reform that even the current government and the future government needs to actually focus on.
And how do you see that AI is going to change the job market in upcoming next 5 years?
AI is of course going to disrupt a lot of things. First of all, in our earlier kind of big revolution, with the digital revolution, industrial revolution, we have actually saw that some people were replaced, was displaced, but a lot of new job actually created. But what we are estimating that, of course, new type of job will be created, but the number of job or people getting displaced from their current job will be much higher than people coming to grab the opportunity of new AI things. So we need to be kind of very creative, and that's why we need to encourage more kind of social safety, so that the people who would lose their jobs because of AI, they also get some social protection.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure.